Hello, my name is Joachim Okhai, the president of the United League of Upright Citizens, otherwise known as TULUC. A few weeks back, our nation was gripped with the news of the kidnapping of our girls, 276 of them, from Chibok Secondary School in Chibok local government area of Borno State. These girls are innocent Nigerians who were working out to get an education because they know the Nigeria of today there is a place for an educated woman to contribute to the growth and development of our great nation. Currently, these girls are going through anguish simply because they choose to work hard and to be a beacon of hope in a nation struggling to make progress on all fronts. It is unfortunate at this moment in our history that the terrorist group Boko Haram are fighting to tear our nation apart, incessantly terrorizing innocent citizens, the recent being the kidnapping of our daughters. These can be likened to be my daughters, and they can be likened to be your daughters. And you can feel the anguish these parents of these girls are going through at this moment in time. Therefore, we join the rest of the world with one voice, calling for the release of these girls. We say, bring back our girls. Using the opening stanza of William Butler Yeats' poem in his book, Things Fall Apart, Chinua Achebe said, turning and turning in the opening girl, the falcon cannot hear the falconer, things fall apart, the center cannot hold, mere anarchy is loose upon the world. It is no news that our nation is plagued with myriads of problems and we are at a break. Many of these problems are directly linked to the numerous shortcomings in leadership responsibilities in our country. These problems have held a knife to the progress of our country, but as a resilient people, we will not and will never let go of our collective purpose as a nation, and we will not let go of the ideas which our founding fathers fought to make us a free nation. We will not let go of these ideas for expedience sake. At this moment of travel, our heart goes out to the parents of these girls, and we are standing shoulder to shoulder with them to give them every necessary support possible to find these girls and to bring them back home safely to their parents, while the perpetrators of these crimes against humanity are brought swiftly to justice. As Nigerians, we are aware of the genesis of the atrocities of Boko Haram, but because of the negligence and the deteriorating security situation in our country, Boko Haram has grown stronger by the day, and their operations has gone unabated in northwest Nigeria and its environment. Nigerians, let there be no doubt that as a united people, we cannot be broken by the acts of Boko Haram. These terrorists are in no way stronger than the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and by God's grace, we will defeat Boko Haram and their cohorts in no time. Let it be on record that our country is not at war with Islam. Nigeria is a country with a people who believe in these two great religions, Islam and Christianity. These terrorists do not portray or represent Islam because we know Islam is a religion of peace. We know that no true believer of Islam will partake or permit this present level of carnage in our country. I am my brother's keeper. That is the message of our religions. And this is one of the fundamental cherished values of the larger African society. There is no time in our history as a nation to demonstrate this value other than now. Let us stand as one for peace and unity and the pursuit of happiness. Let us support the vulnerable in our society. Let us be compassionate to one another. Let us speak for those without voices. Let us stand for those who are weak. Let us be of help to the helpless and give support to those who are in need. Let us demonstrate this most sacred value, and with one voice and mind, fight Boko Haram and bring it to justice. In this same vein, we call on all individual or body, secret or open, who is supporting this terrorist set in any way to desist from doing so, because posterity will bring all those who are involved in this dastard act to justice. Boko Haram will say, bring back our girls. In the words of Senator John Kerry of the United States, he said, while we must remain determined to defeat terrorism, it is not the only terrorism that we are fighting. It is the belief that motivates the terrorists. A new idea of hatred and intolerance has risen to challenge liberal democracy, paraphrased. And according to Edmund Burke, he said the only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is when good men sit back and do nothing. Nigerians, we must not sit back at this moment in time in our history and do nothing. The little you can, wherever you can, make your contribution and make our guests come back home. Lend your voice to this call and join us in building our nation again. This also we will call on Nigerians and friends of Nigerians all over the world, and we say you must not stand idly by and allow the continuous slaughter of the innocent even in our society. What affects us now as a country also affects the rest of the world, because now we now live in a global village. We are calling on the citizens of the world to join us, to join in the continuous call for the release of our girls, and to also urge their government to join in the war to permanently eradicate and destroy the stronghold of Boko Haram from our country for good. Jose Mara Anza once said, there is no possible negotiations with these killers. Our aim is to win over terrorism. Only by being firm that we can stop terrorists. We must be firm to fight terrorists and opposing the final aim they want to achieve, paraphrased. John Hancock also said, simply put, international terrorism made international cooperation mandatory rather than elective. Collective security has become the only real security against the hydra-headed monster of international terror, paraphrase. Let me also commend members of the Nigerian Armed Forces for a job well done for fighting to defend our democracy, our country against this dangerous group. We know the war before you is tough. We know the blood of your servicemen are shed daily to defend our republic, while the rest of us enjoy relative peace because of your hard work for the country whom you love. In moments like this, just as you have proven through your good works over the years in peacekeeping missions in Africa and around the world, we want to say we are proud of the sacrifice you are making on behalf of a grateful nation. Continue the good work and pursue your operation with the highest level of professionalism possible. Do not stoop low to the level of the terrorists to commit crimes against humanity, but rather fight this good fight by bringing all of them to justice. We, the Nigerian people, know the extent of your sacrifice, and we assure you that as you defend our democracy and our constitution, which guarantees freedom to all, irrespective of tribe and ethnicity, your good works will never be in vain. The countless lives of servicemen who died defending our country will be remembered and honored in time as our true and real heroes. As I round up my message, I want to say our nation has faced threatening situations like this in the past, and we came out victorious. At this moment in our history, we shall win again as a nation. And as a people, we shall become stronger, united, peaceful, and aim for greater glory as we march into the future with the courageous belief that our God, which in Islam is called Allah, will safely guide us in delivering the ideas of our founding fathers to the next generation. Our confidence is firmly summed up in these truths, that no matter how dark the night is, there will always be the breaking of the dawn. And yes, we are confident in the eternal truth of the victory of good over evil. Thank you for listening. May God bless our republic.